14 runs, 6 balls. A suffocating silence had fallen over Eden Gardens, and all eyes were on a young man who refused to accept defeat. If you want to witness the pure, unadulterated chaos of the IPL, you look at the final over of match 15. Vaibhav Arora stood at the top of his mark. Mukul Choudhary, the uncapped sensation with a 2.6 crore price tag on his head, stood at the crease. After a frantic opening single, the equation was simple but terrifying. 13 runs from 5 balls. Arora went for the throat with a short ball, but Mukul was waiting in the tall grass. He hammered a pull shot so high and deep into the night sky that the LSG dugout was halfway onto the field before it even landed. 6. The tension was unbearable. Arora bounced back with 2 lethal toe-crushing Yorkers that left Mukul swinging at ghosts. 2 dots. Suddenly, it was 7 needed off just 2. The KKR faithful were screaming, sensing their first victory of the season was finally within reach. But pressure does strange things to men. Arora searched for the wide line, and Mukul, displaying nerves of absolute steel, shuffled across and carved a flat, lightning bolt of a shot over sweeper cover. 6. The scores were level, and Mukul had reached a maiden IPL 50 in the most clutch moment imaginable. 1 ball left, 1 run to win. Arora went for the slower bouncer. Mukul missed, but the sprint was on. A desperate dive, a missed throw at the stumps, and a leg by later, Lucknow had pulled off a heist for the ages. But the drama started long before that final sprint. Earlier, Rishabh Pant won the toss and dared KKR to bat. Ajinkya Rahane looked like he'd stepped out of a time machine, rolling back the years with a vintage 41, while Ankrish Raghuvanshi anchored the middle with a poised 45. At 100 for 2 in the 11th over, 200 looked like a certainty. However, LSG's bowling unit clawed back into the contest. Mohammad Shami's discipline and Manimaran Siddharth's mystery slowed the charge, and even though Rovman Powell bludgeoned 39 to push KKR to 181, it felt like they were 15 runs short of safety. The chase began as a horror story for Lucknow. Vaibhav Arora was breathing fire, sending Aidan Markram and Mitchell Marsh back to the dugout in a single devastating over. When the big fish, Rishabh Pant, fell for just 10, LSG were gasping for air at 73 for 3. Ayush Badoni played a valiant lonely hand of 54, but when he and Nicholas Pooran perished, the lights seemed to be fading on Lucknow's chances. At 128 for 7, the win predictor was buried in KKR's favor. Then the explosion. The 19th over saw the 25 crore man, Cameron Green, run into a buzzsaw named Mukul Choudhary. In a display of pure batting violence, Mukul dismantled the Australian, hitting him for 3 massive sixes and a boundary. That 21-run over flipped the script and set the stage for the final over miracle. For KKR, it's a soul-crushing 4 straight loss, but for LSG, they've discovered a superstar. Mukul Choudhary didn't just score 54 runs. He announced himself as an assassin in the death overs, leaving Eden Gardens in a state of shock and Lucknow in a state of euphoria.